What is up, YouTube? Troken here. Welcome back to Draw Phase, and in today's video, we're going over how to upgrade your Master Yi deck from the Proving Grounds box set. Proving Grounds is a great way to start playing the game with Riftbound. We are about now 10 days away, I believe. Yep, 10 days away from release. Super exciting stuff. So once you buy the product, right, you have the Proving Grounds box set. You want to play with Master Yi competitively. What do we take out and what do we put in? Today we got a lot of work ahead on our hands because we're doing a lot of restructuring the Proving Grounds deck. But before we get into the video, if you haven't already, do me a favor, please subscribe. Greatly appreciate your support. This channel does live streams with gameplay, future pack openings, and deck lists. So if you're looking for all things Riftbound, this is the channel for you. So going into the Proving Grounds deck list, let's just read off what we got here. One cool thing to note is that it actually comes with like 4 champions that are Master Yi and also the signature spells. So in terms of value, like it's pretty cool. Proving Grounds is actually really good considering you get 4 decks. So obviously we have the Legend, a rune split of 6 Calm and 6 Body runes. The Proving Grounds box set per Legend only comes with 1 battlefield. You get Fortified Position. Then you get 2 of the green Yis, which is the Meditative. You get 2 of the orange Yis, which is the Honed. 3 Unguards, 3 Cannon Barrages, 3 Stalwart Poros, 3 Confronts, 3 Mobilizes, 3 Meditations, 3 Wielder of Waters, 2 Highlanders, which is the signature spell for Master Yi. Then we get 3 Playful Phantoms, 3 Zephyr Sages, 3 Gentleman's Duels, 3 Stormclaw Ursines, and 2 Mountain Drakes. I actually really like Mountain Drake. It is a vanilla card. It does nothing, but the fact that it's just a 9 energy, 10 might unit is just like kind of fun. The thing with this deck, though, it's like mainly built to compete with the other Proving Grounds deck just so that you can start learning the game, because this is by no means competitive. It's like not really cohesive. However, it is still fun when you're playing against like the Proving Grounds pre-constructed deck lists. So going into what we take out, looking at this deck list, we want to get rid of the battlefield first. Although, if you don't get the other 3 battlefields, like you can substitute one of these. You can substitute Fortified Position for the other battlefields, for one battlefield that is missing. I'm sorry, just because it's like decent and works very well with Master Yi. So we're going to take out 1 Fortified Position. We're going to be taking out 2 of the green Master Yi, the Meditatives. And we're going to take out 1 of the orange Master Yi, the Honed. We only need 1 in the other deck list. When it comes to the rest of the main deck, we're going to be taking out 3 Cannon Barrages. We're going to be taking out 3 Confronts, 3 Mobilizes, 3 Meditations, 3 Wielder of Waters, 2 Highlanders, and basically the rest of the deck, which is 3 Playful Phantoms, 3 Zephyr Sages, 3 Gentleman's Duel, 3 Stormclaw Ursines, and the 2 Mountain Drakes. Like I said before, this is by no means competitive. Like this Proving Grounds structure deck is just for fun. Do not take this into your local tournaments. You will lose terribly. But what I wanted to do, instead of making like a more of a budget-friendly deck list, yes, it's going to be less budget-friendly. However, this is like S-tier Master Yi. So looking at the upgraded deck, this actually took first place in the Hangzhou Regional in China. And it's actually not too crazy to construct. In fact, if you get the Lee Sin structure deck and the Proving Grounds box set, you have the bulk of the cards. I would say around 70% of the cards that you need in order to actually play this deck, on top of a few rares. So instead of making like a mid-tier like Master Yi deck that like just gets shut down by like higher master competitive tier list decks, why not shoot for the moon? I just we just grabbed the deck list from the regionals in China, and honestly, it is pretty cheap to build, other than maybe some of the rares. I'm not sure on the individual prices what they're going to be yet, because the game hasn't released. However, they seem pretty okay for now, and the rares shouldn't be that crazy, because these rares on its own are okay, like they're like mid. Some of them are really good, like Tasty Feyfolk. But let's just go into what we actually put in. So the rune split will be the same, 6 and 6, right? Going into the battlefields, we're going to be adding Grove of the God Willowed, the Dreaming Tree, and we need 1 obelisk of power. Now, if you don't have one of these, like I said before, you can add the fortified position. That's completely fine. It's actually just like a decision-making skill of like what you want to do. But fortified position is also really good. It makes your stalwart Poro a 6 might unit, as soon as it's defending there, which is insane. So going to what we add into the main deck. So 3 Defies will be put in. Defy is just a solid card. It hits 65% of the spells in the game. And it's just like insane. Green is like really good colors. So, 3 Defies is a must. On top of that, we're going to be adding 3 Charms. We're going to be adding 3 Pit Rookies. We're going to be adding 3 Disciplines, 2 Clockwork Keepers, 3 Zonia's Hourglass, 3 Find Your Center, 3 First Mates, 2 Primal Strengths, and then 3 Kianas, 2 Carnivorous Snapvines, and 3 Tasty Fey Folks. I don't really want to get into the sideboard right now. Maybe we'll do that in the future. You can look at the actually complete deck list in the descriptions. But yeah, seriously, guys, like if you have the cards to build this Master Yi deck, and like I said before, 70% of the cards are in the Proving Grounds box set and the Lee Sin structure deck. The only things that you have to worry about are the rares, Tasty Fey Folk, Snapvine, and Kiana's, and maybe and Primal Strength. Although I think you get 1 Primal Strength in the Lee Sin structure deck. And yeah, honestly, like as soon as you construct this deck, you'll be crushing your opponents in your regional tournaments, so you can start winning those prize packs. Yeah, it's just like really consistent. Like going through the deck list, like this, like it's just tried, tested, and proven to be, incredibly, incredibly good. The point of the deck is to obviously take a battlefield and hold your position to score some points. Cheat out a Master Yi to double score on 1 turn. Use your reaction spells to either Defy to either stop them from casting spells. Using Charm to move around the units so that you can conquer, and or pull in units so that you can take out their threats. On guards and disciplines, obviously buffing your units that are holding. Pit Rookie, is a great early game. You play your second turn, to buff either Stalwart Poro. The great thing about Clockwork Keeper is that early game, it is a 2 might unit for 2 energy, and also in the late game, it is useful because you can pay the extra the calm rune to draw a card, so it has functionality in both early game and late game. Zonia's Hourglass is such a big threat in terms of comparing it with Tasty Fey Folk. Killing Tasty Fey Folk while Zonia's Hourglass is on the battlefield feels so, so bad. I entered a tournament from Tournament Sideways, and I only fought Master Yis, and I brought an Annie, and Tasty Fey Folk with Zonia's Hourglass is just it's such a big threat. First of all, it is 7 energy, but there's no power cost, which is good, right? It is 6 might. You can accelerate it, and its death knell is arguably the best death knell in the game. Channel 2 runes and exhausted and draw 1. So when it dies, you get that benefit of the death knell. With Zonia's Hourglass, it comes back into play. And then, it's just like a ramp card on a stick times 2. It is absolutely ridiculous. In the beginning, when the Riftbound first released, when they were getting the card releases and everything, people didn't really play it that much. But then recently, in the last couple months, it's been used more often. And with the combination of Zonia's Hourglass, it is just meant to be, just overwhelming to your opponent. You just get so much card advantage. And if you're dropping some powers by accelerating some things, you get those runes back. Also, Find Your Center is a card to be noted that is extremely good. Matching Find Your Center and Tasty Fey Folk is all the card draw and the the ramp that you need. Obviously, with Discipline, you also get some card draw. +2 on your chosen unit. However, the fact if your opponent is up to 5 points, it only costs 1 to channel 1 and draw a card is insane. That is so much value for so cheap. Primal Strength to get over those break points in showdowns where they start to dump their hands, either to pump their units or negatively affect your might on your or your own units in Smokescreen or Stupefy and stuff like that, that extra 7 might is well worth the spell cost for 4 and 1 power. Kiana is also just a really good card. Solid, probably one of the better orange champions. It has Deflect, which is the strongest keyword in the game. And also on top of that, when it conquers, like I said, with Tasty Fey Folk, Find Your Center, and Discipline, you can either choose, depending on your situation, to draw a card or channel 1 rune. So if you're lacking in your hand size, draw a card. If you are behind on runes compared to your opponent, channel Rune Exhausted. It is just good. This deck is just amazing. It is cohesive, it is streamlined, it curves out well, and just for a little bit extra rares, right, you can easily construct like a S tier competitive deck. So yeah, that's it for the video, guys. Just a quick little explanation about the upgrade. This is probably the best upgrade you can do when it comes to buying structured products, right? With Master Yi and then the Lee Sin, and then just opening a couple packs to pick out some rares, or you can buy the individual cards on something like TCG Player and or Card Market. But yeah, that's it for the video, guys. Thank you so much for watching. I appreciate your support. I hope you all have a wonderful day, and I'll catch you on the next one. Peace.